I love recruiting. I love recruiting at the college level. I love recruiting people that are starting their career and learning about themselves. I go at it from an angle of, I'm not a recruiter, I'm an employee in the company, I'm a leader in the company, but I also am really interested and passionate about developing people that are coming into their career for the first time. You have to show and you have to prove that there's purpose, that the company has a purpose behind it, because today's generation wants to know, what's the company doing on a bigger scale? What is the company doing to improve the environment? What's the company aware of? What's the purpose? And what does training look like? And these are questions I get, and I task students and recruits and candidates, even candidates that are in the workforce now, that are curious. I say, does your company have a purpose? Do you know what the purpose is of your company? And that gets people thinking. I think we have gotten an edge, and it's given us an advantage by being able to show that we think bigger picture.
Nowadays, it's not just about compensation. I think for people due to COVID, it's really about quality of life as well. And so back when I was growing up, it was all about how much money, you got paid, where now people are more about, how much money am I going to get paid, but also how much time am I going to get off, and what type of benefits do you offer? Am I going to learn something that's going to develop me professionally and personally? And I think that people have to stop thinking about only professionally. You have to also start thinking about personally as well. The more that we invest in our talent now, I think it's going to better prepare us for later on in the future. Right now, we have in our learning and development area something called Next Level Leaders. And what that is doing is that it's providing our team members with tools to help them be leaders. And so once we do have something that happens in a company and we have an opportunity for someone to take that next step, these team members have already gone through next level leadership. And what that has already taught them is, business acumen, how do you talk to people? How do you interact with people? How you manage people as well? Because folks come in, they think that, hey, I want to go be a manager, but managing people is totally different than managing a project. And so people have to learn that as well, and we have to provide them that particular skill set or whatever tools they need for that. And that kind of goes with our stakeholder model of delivering opportunity. If we're delivering opportunity in that area for our team members, what that does is they go out and talk to their friends. They go out and talk to their families. And so their friends and families are like, you know what, I want to go work for Pegasus, because they're providing opportunity for people to do more than just come in and be a warehouse personnel or to be more than just a customer service rep. We have people that work for the company now. They're starting in a warehouse and now they're the director for the company. So it's stuff like that we do for our team members that I think attracts other people to us as well.
Because obviously somebody comes into the organization, we want them to do something bigger down the road. We want them to improve themselves, and we want them to have a long-term plan, but we want them to have a desire to do bigger things. One of the questions I was asked when I started, before I started, was, does the person you work for now focus on your improvement? And I thought that was really powerful, because I worked for somebody that was concerned, and he was a nice guy, and the company had grown, but there wasn't anything focused on my development. I think the person that I am in 2022 is a lot different than the person I was in 2015. One thing Ken always mentions is you have to get out of your comfort zone a little. And that ties into, here's the owner of the company that is looking at somebody, and I'm, a couple layers down, but he's just as concerned about me developing and having opportunity as anybody else. And it starts with him.
We have to look for whether or not people are coachable, because that's what our job is to do. Is we can bring in someone, we want to make sure that they have the space to be able to grow and become something bigger than what they are professionally and personally as well. And so if we can bring someone in who just is willing to listen, take feedback, they're able to be coached, I think that can get us to where we need to be. But I think it's all about people, understanding people and knowing people. What we're very big on here is feedback and talking to people and having one-to-one sessions. So what we do here is that we require our managers to have one-to-ones with their team members at least every other week. And what we want to know about that team member is not just, how are things going in your job or whatever, but how are things going with you personally? Because there could be something going on with that team member personally that's affecting how they're performing at work. And our job is to know that and to talk to them and know them enough that, hey, Thomas just had a new baby and he ain't had any sleep in 2 months. It's our job to know those particular things, and that's going to drive our culture. And that's how you get the whole family environment, is that people know each other and they feel like they're brother, sister, cousin. It's because they know them. And the more that we can focus on our people and making sure that they're happy, they're in turn going to make sure our customers are happy.
It's got to start, at the top, regardless of whether they're a 5-person company, a 10-person company, a 110-person company. If somebody were to come to me and ask, how do I improve my culture, or the camaraderie, right? They have to be a believer, whoever started it. Because if they aren't, it will come across as fake. And it just won't stick. But if they believe it, and they live it, and they go through the actions, then it will translate very well. No, I always bring it up on sales calls that we're a great place to work. Repeat winner, that we were a best places to work in previous years, back-to-back years. It's a big deal. I do take a lot of pride in that, and I think a lot of the company does. What I like about it is they're taking a score or a lot of feedback from the entire company. And so they're not just getting it from this corner of the building, that corner of the building, and the sales force, right? It's coming from the entire company. All that feedback put together that yields a winning score that we get to take this title, that says something, right? That's a big, to me, that's proof that, we're doing what we say we're doing. And that those relationships are real, and that people are there's a camaraderie that you can actually see. And I think that's powerful.